afternoon. How are you today?
Hello, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So my name is Hailey. This is our first session together, so it's nice to meet you. Jack, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So before we begin, I just want to go over a little bit of introductory pieces. I'll start by asking, do you have any questions for me? I'm not sure how familiar you are with any of the process involving these sessions.
Right. So I just signed something up front.
Yep.
And talk about something like you're going to share my information with somebody.
Right.
So I didn't understand that. Can you explain that a bit?
Absolutely. So that would be the confidentiality piece that you're referring to. So these sessions that we have with each other are confidential, they're private. There's only a couple instances where I would have to break that confidentiality, which would be what you were probably reading, speaking about me having to divulge that information. So if there is elder abuse or child abuse, I will be required to divulge that information to the proper authorities. However, I would not do so without informing you. Same thing if I were subpoenaed by law enforcement in a court, I would have to hand over any sort of information that I might have had. But again, this would not be a surprise to you. I would inform you as well. And lastly, if I have reason to believe that you are a harm to yourself or another individual, I would once again have to take the necessary steps to keep you and the other individual as safe as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it sounds like a lot. However, oftentimes these things can be avoided through our sessions and through our relationship and over time.
Sure. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions you had about the form?
I think I'm good.
No? Okay.
No, thank you.
Awesome. So we can go ahead and get right into as to why you wanted to come see me today.
Right, that part. Okay, so I wasn't sure in coming, to be true.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm having this issue with my drug use.
Okay.
There's not like a whole problem of the drug, right? I'm okay with it. I like drugs. The thing is, like, I don't have any money. And the worst thing ever is now my girlfriend is pregnant.
Okay.
And so I don't have any money. I don't know how to be a dad, right? I don't want to quit my drugs. And this child is coming, so what's happening now?
Yeah.
Right? So everything just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Sure. I'm hearing
Right,
there's a
so-
lot going on in your life right now.
I know, but I still want to be like a good parent for him, even though I didn't have like the best family history. I do want to be present for him and like be a good dad for him. And I know it's really hard to quit on drugs, but I want to try to, right? Because I want to be like a sober person for him.
Sure.
Or her, I don't know. And also the income, it's like worrying me, right? Right now I don't have anything. I just sometimes my mom gives me some money,
Okay.
or her parents help them a little bit. But still, I mean, we don't have any money, and we, like, both of us use drugs, right? And it's, I don't know, it's getting scary for, I think, her, like, having a baby, right? And using drugs, and I don't know, it's everything. And, yeah, but, like, I hope you can help me, like, figure out what I'm gonna do from now on, right?
Absolutely. I'm definitely here to help you establish some goals or a sense of direction in an area of focus that you would like to work towards. Now, you mentioned that you have a girlfriend. How are things there between the two of you as of late?
I mean, we're okay. I think right now, I think our relationship is like based on drugs. Like, there's not like a bonding thing, right? There's just drugs. There's not even love anymore, I guess. That's the hardest part. So right now we're okay. I won't leave her. I want to be next to her with this whole process, but still, I don't know how it's gonna work.
Sure.
Like later with the whole parenting thing, and that's the thing that scares me the most, right?
Yeah, I've heard you mention wanting to be a good parent, wanting to be there for your child. Now, would you identify that as a main area of focus for you right now at the top of your list?
I think, yeah. The thing is, like, I can't be a good dad with like drug use and with no income, right? Like, how can you be a good dad?
Yeah.
With that on your back. So even if I try, even if I want to, I couldn't, because like I don't have any money, I don't have any job, I'm using drugs every day, like all the time. So Yeah, but yeah, I want to be a good parent.
Yeah. Now, it sounds to me like you have a lot of different areas that you're kind of focusing on, and at the risk of being a little bit overwhelmed, I think we should pick maybe 1 or 2 areas that we can work towards over the course of our sessions together. Do you have one in particular that takes precedent for you?
I think we could start with the income thing and the drug use, because I think those are the hardest ones.
Okay.
And then parenting is going to be easier, right? As I learn about the process and you get used to being there, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here to support you in whatever direction and whatever goals that you want to work on. Now, with employment, have you ever heard of ODSP?
I heard of it, but I didn't get into it.
Not a lot of familiarity with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what it is for anybody living under a certain level of income, the government will help to support you. So if you'd like, I can refer you to our financial agents here on Humber campus, and they can kind of go over the process and the documentation and everything with you. It's free of charge, and it's kind of just a drop-in whenever you're available. If you want, I can always give them a call and pass along your name if you'd like. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I'm a drug addict, because sometimes that matters, right? And
For
people
sure.
just don't want you to be there.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Now, they should not ask you at all in terms of your status of if you're using or anything like that. It should not be a question that comes up whatsoever. So there shouldn't be any concerns that way. But in terms of how the actual process works and how you get started and everything like that, they'll be a little bit more familiar than myself, for example. So I think they'd be able to help you better in that way. So is that something you're interested in?
Sure,
Awesome.
let's give it a try.
Great, let me write that down just so I remember to reach out to them. So they're going to be open Monday to Friday from 10 to 4. So those will be your drop-in times. If you forget those times, you can always find them online, listed in case you forget, or give them a call. You can always call in advance to see, because sometimes they do get busy. So, okay, I will send your name on over there. And the addiction component was something you were also interested in?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot, so I don't want to feel like overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
More than I already feel.
For sure.
But yeah, we can start with the job thing, like the income.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can talk about like how to do, or how to deal with my life.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm thinking, just keeping the time in mind, for next week, we can kind of delve more into how your session went with the financial agent, and if you'd like, we can kind of look more into jobs and what that's going to look like and moving forward the process with he. Now, do you have a resume with you?
I have one, but it's really old, so I don't know if I need to tailor it.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and bring that on in for our next session, and you can take a look and kind of go from there. So we will just focus on getting your sort of money put together, seeing if you can apply for ODSP. Does that sound like a good plan to you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. It's giving me a little bit of hope.
I will write that down just so I remember for our next time.
So are we meeting like every Tuesday?
So we can.
Okay.
So I typically work with my clients for around 12 sessions. So I'm here to just support you in your goal setting and moving forward and creating some supports. So does this time work next week for you as well?
Yeah, I think it works. If not, I'll let you know. Can I just call you?
Yep, absolutely. If you need to cancel for any reason, I just ask that it's 24 hours in advance. Now, I know you mentioned that financially things are a little bit rocky right now, so we do have all sorts of financial options as well in planning. So you can actually go over that with my receptionist, but we do all sorts of planning, and ODSP should cover that for you.
I hadn't thought about that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. So I will go ahead and schedule you in for this time next week. Should you need to change it, just give me a call.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
What was your name again? I'm sorry.
It's Hailey.
Hailey, thank you. It was nice meeting you.
All right, I'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.